Why do they keep misleading us about the taxes we pay in retirement? It drives me flipping batty. Almost as bad as the zit I got my right there, right there. Look, I got zit. I'm 54 years old. Still got zits. What's up with that? Oh yeah. I'm just like freaking going through puberty or something like that. Dude, at my senior prom, oh man, I had the biggest dude. I had a zit on my chin. It was like talking to me so big. It was so embarrassing, dude. I was like, oh, because I, had a pretty hot girlfriend, and I was like, dude, I didn't want to have a big zit with my hot girlfriend, and I was like, oh my goodness. I never had much, and then never had bad skin per se, thankfully. But yeah, carrying a zit, dude, freaking 54 years old. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I'm sitting there last night. I'm chopping up the chicken that we cooked on that grill right there. You can see. So we got my Traeger back there, my gas grill, and the news is on. And some local financial guru here in Atlanta essentially said, you're going to be paying 25. He didn't say it exactly like this, but the taxes in retirement that really can be a burden to you. You better be prepared for that. Blah blah blah. I said it's just not true. And I tell Charlotte, she's sitting there chopping up whatever the hell she was doing. It's like, why is he saying this? It's just not true. And she goes, yeah, I don't know. Going back to whatever she's doing. And then I said something else like, man, why are they doing this, babe? They're misleading people. She goes, yeah, I don't know. And just going back to basically ignoring me. Kind of like when I'm watching football and they go for 2 in the freaking second quarter. And I'm like, go take the points, you freaking idiots. You're going to need that point in the back. And Charles like, yeah, I don't know. And Liam, of course, is sitting there watching me. I'm just like, Liam, they got to go for 1. Take the points. You don't go for 2 until the game's on the line. Anyway. Oh, but statistics say otherwise. No, it just is idiotic. All right. Like an empty net in hockey. Keep your goaltender in there. It's crazy. What was I talking about? All right, so I got the latest from the Tax Foundation here. Summary of latest federal income tax 2025 update, but it's for 2022 filers. All right. And what we're going to see here is we're going to see the average tax rate for the top 1% was 26%. The average tax rate for the bottom 50% was 3.74. All right. And remember, this is for all taxpayers. All taxpayers. There's 1.5 million taxes filed for the top 1%. There's 76 million for basically 77 million for the bottom. That includes earned income as well, not just retired income, earned income as well. And earned income is always taxed. Computer went dead on me, so hang tight. So anyway, so we're going back here. So this is for all income, earned income, retirement income, and whatnot. So again, this is going to be somewhat misleading because our earned income is taxed at the highest tax rate highest effective tax rate. That's ordinary income is always taxed like that. We can make the same argument for IRA distributions and whatnot too. Don't get me wrong, there is. That's taxed as ordinary income as well. But when you're working in a job, your earned income is taxed as the highest rate for every single penny you make. And retirement's different because the vast majority of your income should not be taxed as ordinary income if you do it right, like I've been trying to teach you guys on this channel. Anyway, so we're going to go back here. The bottom 50% pay an effective 3.74% tax rate, which includes non-retirees, also are wage slaves as well. So they're paying $822 on that, on their income right here, $50,339. That is not a 25% effective tax rate. It's not. Even if you're in the top 25%, your effective tax rate is 18%. And again, that's for everybody, not just retirees. You look at retirees, I guarantee you the vast majority of retirees are not paying 26% of the effective tax rate. I guarantee, this is just the feds, by the way, not the states. I guarantee you that because they're going to convert a lot of their resources, their income from earned income to non-earned income, which a lot of it is passive, long-term capital gain, qualified dividends, Roth distributions, Social Security, and they'll have to pay taxes as ordinary income on their IRA distributions. And that sucks, but that's not going to give them an effective 25% tax bracket. So a tax rate. So when I hear some financial guru saying, "Oh, you're going to pay 25," they just crunch these numbers. You have income of $100,000, you'll net $75,000 after tax. I say, where's that come from, here, guy? Well, that's a good tax rate to use. Why? 25%. It's not. It's a horrible tax rate to use. So you're saying you're in $100,000 puts me in the top 1%? It doesn't. The top 1% was it $600,000? Yeah, $663,000 of income. And I think this right here is a split. So basically 50% of the top 1% has more than that. 50% of the top 1% has less than that. Same kind of thing here. This is the top 25%. 50% of the top 25 has more than $99,000. 50% of the top 25 has less than $99,000, if that makes sense. So even here is misleading because you're saying the top 25%, which includes all those people with more than $100,000, on top of the people with less than $100,000, on average they have 18% effective tax rate, and they just don't in retirement. So I don't know why they keep doing. Ignorance of the tax code. I was talking to this guy yesterday or 2 days yesterday, yeah, and they work with a firm, and they're like, hey, we want to know the tax ramifications if we sell our one of our rentals, if we just use our IRA to pay off one of our rentals, or what it was. These guys are crushing down there in Texas, and their financial guru said, you got to talk to a tax advisor for that. I was like, what? I said, here are the ramifications. You're under the age of 55, you're going to pay a 10% penalty, and you're going to pay income tax on it as well. That's the ramifications. What? Jeez. How can you call yourself a financial advisor if you can't advise on financial matters? It doesn't make any sense. I was like, so in this case, I'd take the penalty and pay it because they're paying, I think, 6.5% on the mortgage. I said, man, you pay free and clear, and we're going to do the reverse Dave Ramsey, essentially pay off their big mortgage, and then they have another rental that they're going to pay off that mortgage too. So we're just going to basically use the savings from the monthly payment on the big mortgage at 6.5, use that, pay the penalty, and then turn around and pay off their smaller mortgage, which is only 3.5. And the reason for that is, don't forget, a 10% penalty, by the way, my friends, that is a one-time deal. If you got 6.5% interest rate, especially if you just took out the mortgage in the last couple of years, which you did if it's 6.5, that 6.5 is there until the loan is dead. And you're still paying the vast majority of your interest up front. So that 10% penalty in of itself, yeah, sucks. It's a one-time deal. That 6.5% carries forward each and every year, right? And so taking a 10% penalty to clear yourself of 6.5, especially if I'm not expecting markets to give us more than 6, that makes sense to me. Now, they might think differently, but they're like, no, I would love it. I'd love to be on the idea of paying off my mortgage, using the proceeds from I don't have a $2,000 a month payment now on this. I can use that to $2,000 a month on top of my other payment, and that house will be paid off in a year and a half as well. And a year and a half from now, I'll be debt-free. And I'm getting rental income, even though it did cost me a 10% penalty. It's well worth it, in my opinion. Obviously, every situation dictates. Hey, God bless. Love your thoughts. Don't forget to Pablo that like button. We'll see you.